Hello and welcome to the talk show, and today we're going to be talking about the Brexit Party.
The Brexit Party is a right-wing nationalist populist sort of party.
The Brexit Party has one major policy, and that is to leave the EU without a deal. It has extremely little policy on loads of other things except for electoral reform. It has very little policy on the NHS or on education or on the environment or taxation or whatever. So let's look at this policy to leave the EU without a deal.
I've already talked about a no-deal Brexit, but that was some time ago, and quite a few things have changed. The government has prepared more, but not enough to avoid quite severe disruption.
The UK would leave the EU's customs union and single market immediately, meaning that we would have to trade with the world on World Trade Organization terms. This would mean that prices would have to increase because we would have to apply more tariffs to the things we buy, and other countries around the world would have to apply significantly higher tariffs to what we sell to them. For the first time in over 45 years, the UK would have to apply customs checks on goods coming in from the EU to Dover and other ports of entry at the UK. This would mean potentially massive queues there, lasting perhaps up to 2 days. This would destroy just-in-time supply chains.
The pound would almost certainly plummet in value, just like it did in 2016, leaving us with a double whammy effect of prices increasing and our currency worth less, meaning that we are much poorer.
We would leave Europol, a law enforcement agency, and we would no longer have e-hit cards, meaning that we would have to pay more for health insurance when we go abroad to the European Union.
But most importantly, there are very serious concerns about whether there will be shortages of medicines. There are some medicines that we rely on that come from the EU that you just can't stockpile. And with the big delays at ports and the increased tariffs on the medicines that we'd be buying, it would be much harder and much more expensive for hospitals to be able to get the medicines and supplies that they need.
Well, on the positive side though, we wouldn't have to pay £33 billion to the European Union. Although that £33 billion was actually borrowing, not money that we had. So we will be £33 billion less in debt. It's important to note that the Brexit Party does have other policy that mainly centre around massively decreasing the size of the states, such as Margaret Thatcher would have wanted. They would increase proportional representation in general elections, and they would scrap the HS2 project.
So the Brexit Party's major policy is a potentially dangerous no-deal Brexit. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.